All right, everyone, happy Friday. And you know what that means. It's time for the NPL Video Game Club. Hope you're having a fantastic week thus far. On this Friday, February the 24th of 2023. Yeah, thank you for stopping on by. Apologies for the delay there, but I just had to get some things hooked up and all that jazz. But thank you for stopping in. As always, your host here, Aldo. Thank you so much for stopping on by. So yeah, before we begin with the games, let me just go over some items of business here at the library, as I like to do every week, just to show off what is going on. So with that, there is a out-of-school youth career advancement program happening. It is a 6 to 8 week virtually based professional development and work readiness training designed to assist out-of-school youth from ages 16 to 24 with their employment and educational goals. Training is from 10 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. And there's actually a website if anyone is interested in partaking in that. Again, if you're in the Norwalk or Fairfield, Connecticut area, of course. So what they'll do is, again, they go over subjects to help youth who are out of school, help them with things like life skills, career exploration, resume, sprucing up, cover letters, interview strategies, public speaking, computer literacy. There's actually a free iPad included with those courses. So if you are interested in checking out the program or seeing if it may be of use to you, you can contact the names and numbers below. Dawn Marie Williams at 203-953-3266, DM Williams at careerresources.org, or Richard Bork at 203-610-6203. So yeah, just another thing that's happening at the library. And speaking of programs happening at the library, BITA and Simplify CT are doing free tax prep and filing. So this started in the beginning, or late January, I should say. It's happening up until the deadline, April 15th. So all you need to do is set up an appointment, which you can do by going to, and I'll put it in the chat, simplifyct.org. And you set up an appointment. You could do it in person and you could do it virtually. So these sessions are happening, alternating between the main library branch and also the South Norwalk branch as well. So from Wednesdays from noon to 5, it'll be at the South Norwalk branch. Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the main library, as well as 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. on both the main library and South Norwalk. And those will be alternating weeks. So outside of Wednesday, or I should say, on those Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, it's every other week. So to give you an example, last night at in the main library branch, which is on Belden Avenue, the tax prep folks were there yesterday. So they won't be there next week, but they'll be there in 2 weeks, to give you an idea of how that alternating weeks goes. Again, this is completely free. This is a service for the community. Taxes are tough. You know, taxes are intimidating. I don't blame anyone for using or seeking help. I have done it myself in the past with BITA and Simplify CT. So check it out. And again, if you're not in the Norwalk area, check your local library or city hall or thing of that nature. And I pretty much guarantee you there probably is a free tax filing and preparation service in your area. And it is not, there's nothing to be ashamed of if you need help filing your taxes. It's confusing stuff. So no problems there. And as an announcement, our seed library is open for business. So stop by the main library, pick up your seeds. So there is actually a website for that as well. There's a gardening page on the library website. So when you enter in the main branch, you just go to the left and you'll see a little kiosk or booth for the seeds themselves. So these are completely free, and the seed types change every so often. So sometimes it'll be, you know, certain herbs or plants, and again, it is completely free. And you know, when you pick up the seeds, there's usually an informational brochure or things to give you some information about how to plant them correctly, how to care for them, and what to expect during your nurturing phase. So again, one packet per variety, and it is free. Another service that is happening at the library. So even if you are not at Norwalk, Connecticut, check your local library. You never know what you can find there. Thespian, hey, how's it going? Thespian Orr. Welcome to the NPL Video Game Club. Appreciate it. And lastly, Jim Clark is hosting his next entry in his music series, a live quartet performance, The Greatest Saxophonists You Never Heard. That'll be this Sunday from 3 to 4 p.m. at the main library, which is the Belden Avenue location. And this is a free performance. It'll be up in the second floor auditorium. If you are interested in checking this out, you can send an email over to Cindy at cleahy@norwalkpl.org to register. So honestly, I don't think there's any issue with you just showing up, but just in case. But nonetheless, it is a free concert happening for the community. Again, this Sunday, February the 26th, from 3 to 4 p.m. up in our second floor auditorium. All right, so for those, some of you here, for example, 8-Bit Glitch 79, he had a little bit of a road trip last weekend, and I had a little event called Algo 3, which was a video game swap meet, which I held at the library. And here's a little video giving a quick overview of the vibe. Check it out. All right, yeah, so that was a little video walkthrough of my event, which happened this past weekend. It was actually this past Saturday, February the 18th. So shout out to the Chill Corner for providing that video. I posted a link to his Instagram if you want to check it out. But again, he is not affiliated with the library in any means. So it is his personal account. So we are not responsible for anything you may see there. But he was nice enough to just come in with a camera and just kind of record the vibe of what was going on. So yeah, that was my little event happening. And 8-Bit-Glitch79 was actually there. He traveled from quite a few hours to make it there. And thank you, 8-Bit-Glitch, for coming on by and also helping out. He was very, very kind and helped me kind of run my table a little bit during the event. So means a lot. So yeah, that was my event. As you can see, it was video games, uh, action figures, perler beads, VHS tapes, consoles, collectibles, a whole bunch of things. So shout out to all the vendors. Shout out to everybody who showed up to my little corner of Connecticut and made my event pretty cool. So my eternal gratitude for that. So thank you for making Algo 3 a success. It's hard for me when the event is happening. It's hard to kind of see the big picture and see, hey, things are happening. Things are pretty good. Mostly because one, I was manning my own table. Two, making sure vendors were good, nothing was going wrong with them, making sure there was a big projector screen playing stuff, making sure that wasn't glitching out, which it did, of course. Providing beverages and snacks to everybody. So, lots of little things that as an organizer, you're micromanaging. So it's kind of hard to just like sit back and be like, oh, wow, there's a crowd of people coming to my event. That's cool. So it's cool to see videos like that, which give me a perspective that maybe I, in the moment, don't have. So shout out to the Chill Corner. There's actually, hold on, there's actually another video from the one and only Russ Lyman, which was a recap of my event as well. So let me link to that as well. Let's see. We get the link for that. So it's actually a half-hour video. To think that my humble little event could get a dedicated half-hour video about it. Pretty cool. So if you want to check that out, the link for it is in the chat. That is from Russ Lyman. So yeah, that was my event, and hopefully sometime in the fall I can do another one. I'll go 4. So I think I've already had 3 events. It's pretty crazy. So yeah, thank you to anyone who stopped by and made it cool. Voting poll, I actually just shut it down. Super Mario Brothers 3 won with a 75% vote. But in all honesty, I'll probably maybe just do a level or 2 of each game just to kind of go through it. Because again, I've never done Mario games on this stream up to this point. So you may be asking, oh, what are you talking about? Well, I had hosted a poll on the library's Twitter page. I like to hold up votes every so often just to give you, the audience, a choice in what you'd like me to play. So the past couple weeks, I had been playing Arcade Paradise, which is a fantastic game. I'm really digging it. But I also left a couple other choices. As you could see, the NES and SNES Classics won with a tie, 30.8%, along with the TurboGrafx 16 Mini. So yeah, the name of the game today is playing mini consoles. So that's what we're doing. So yeah, I don't remember. I don't think I've ever done anything specifically NES or SNES, because the main reason is I normally play from the PC. So, and on PC, there's no real official way to play those older games on a PC. So, unless you have a Switch or Wii or whatever it may be to have some type of emulation, you just can't do it. Same thing with TurboGrafx. Genesis, on the other hand, Sega has released the Genesis Ultimate Genesis Collection, or whatever they call it, a million times over on every platform. So I've been able to play those, but anything Nintendo or TurboGrafx, I actually haven't up to this point. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing today. So yeah, just a whole bunch of, whoops, I did not change that. Whoops, I was supposed to change that to a picture of a bunch of consoles. But, go figure. You know what, let me do that in the moment right now. Just to show you how live everything is. So move that over. Let's see. All right, there we go. So yeah, what I'll be playing is I'm going to start off with the NES Classic. Then I'll be doing the SNES Classic, and then I'll move on to the TurboGrafx Mini. So, let me go ahead and switch on over to the main screen here. Thank you, Jetsen10. Happy Friday to you, and thank you for coming on by to Algo 3, man. I really appreciate it. And so to give you guys some perspective here, and thank you to those of you who are here today. The Jetsen10 has been a viewer of this stream for quite a while, and that's awesome. Again, there's a million other streams you could be going to, and a million other more dynamic and in your face and entertainment, I guess, entertaining streams. But he comes here. I guess you like the vibe, or I guess you like the this is a safe space, and this is for all ages, and he has been a supporter, much like 8-Bit Glitch 79 and a whole bunch of other people who have made Friday afternoons. This is their online hangout spot. So that, very humbly, we really appreciate it. But while I talk, let me go ahead and turn on my NES Classic here. One moment. Now, I'm not too used to using the Elgato, so sometimes I might need to refresh the source. It may not pop up immediately, so just one moment here. I think I had to do this yesterday too. Like, it doesn't show up initially, but then I need to just refresh the source, so just one moment here. Actually, you know what? All right, 1 second. I actually need to, one of my cables is a little loose, so just one moment while I go ahead and get that plugged in. 1 second, I'll be right back. All right, so let me switch back on over here. There we go. Okay. So let me switch this over. Let me know if you can hear this fine, because I know when you're on a capture card, it's a bit different when you do a capture card, because since I'm using headphones, I have to hear the game too, and I had to do a specific little sound tweak to get that to work correctly. So please let me know. Right now there's no sound, which is normal. Once I get to the actual game, let me know. So this is the NES Classic, which, comes with its own controller, which is molded after the original NES controller. So yeah, I'm going with Super Mario Bros. 3, going out of order, I guess, but that was the one that was most requested. Now, to be fair, I played Mario as a child because I had NES. Now, when I got older, I moved on to the Sega side of things. So I am not a super expert with the Mario games, outside of like maybe Yoshi's Island. That's the one I've invested the most time in. So I don't know, especially with Mario 3, because by the time Mario 3 was out, this came out late in the lifespan of the NES. So by the time this was out on NES, I had already moved on to the Genesis. So I would play this at friends' houses, but I never owned Mario Brothers 3. I owned 1 and 2. So I don't know all the tricks. I don't know all the warps. But again, I'm only going to play, a little bit of it here. Now, what I'm worried about is, since this is Nintendo, I know they're pretty strict about how they handle music and copyright, so hopefully this stream doesn't get shut down, but this is kind of another reason why I've avoided doing Nintendo games, because the Nintendo hammer is pretty swift when it comes to their intellectual properties. So yeah, with Mario 3, this is the first game to have a overworld or a map, and you get to choose the order of your stages. And pretty basic stuff, so you just walk around, make sure you get the power-ups. Alright, hold on. There is a delay with the sound. I'm noticing that. It wasn't doing that before yesterday, so let me try to reset this. Let me try to reset that and see if that helps, because when I tested this yesterday, it did not have a delay. Yeah, there's a delay. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know if I can refresh that, honestly. Let me see if I can, let's see, switch sources and then go back and see if that helps. Yep. Okay. Seems to be more in sync now. Okay. So, with this game, you want to get the power-ups. That's how you get enemies. Now, with the suit, you could get a running start and, fly around. So with the Tanuki suit, which is what this is, you can just get a running start and pretty much just skip the whole stage if you want. As long as you get a good running start. But you could skip around if you want. Get the coins that say 3. Because it's Mario Brothers 3, of course. And then you get the end of the stage here. So, depending on what you get a different power-up. I got a toadstool, or a toad card. And you move on to the next stage. So, basically, kind of like the old Marios, there's about, I think, 8 stages in a world. There's a castle at the end, which would be a boss fight. And this is how you play the game. So, for anyone watching, let me know how this sound is. On my end, it's synced again. Let me know if it's unsynced or something looks off. Please let me know. This is my first time, because normally when I did this in the past, I had a TV to my left that I would look at. But this is the first time I'm doing it directly as I would a normal stream through the computer. So let me know if you find anything that's weird. Alright, so with this stage, you're on a hill, and the pro tip is, you would just press down the slide on enemies. So like, for example, I'll wait until this Goomba's here, and then got him. Then you use this to get up. Oh, whoops. Alright, I missed that opportunity. Then you get them twice. Remember these notes. You always want to slide. Bounce off these notes. And I missed the star. That was my fault. Now again, since I don't have a power-up, I can't really do anything against these guys. But I can always slide. And there you go. That's another stage done. So the stages in Mario 3 are not particularly long. Again, stages in Mario games traditionally have never been very long. It's really in Mario 3, the biggest thing is when you get on the boat. The ship stages are usually the killers. So, but yeah, I mean, there are people who play this, they speedrun it all day. I am not one of those. Now, if I had the Tanuki suit, I could get that done. Have the turtle do all the work. There we go. Just about timing. I don't specifically remember what the colored note would mean, to be honest. Oh, there it is. Bonus stage. Alright, so in the bonus stage, the scrolling screen, you just want to try to get as many coins as possible. I don't recall there being enemies in these little mini stages, to be honest. Again, Mario 3, out of my memory, seems, it's... I don't remember everything. Alright, so then you just go down. Sounds as they're all synced up? Cool. That's what I like to hear. Thank you for letting me know, Epic Glitch. So yeah, that is, I don't know. I mean, what is it, 441? I did 4 little stages. So this is, I think, the mini game, right? Where you line up the faces. Oh, okay, you choose. Pick a box, its contents will help you on your way. So this is a Mario game. It's the first one where you get the stock power-ups. So you see on your HUD at the very bottom right, there's 3 empty squares. So you can stock up on power-ups. So let's say you're going through a stage and you shrink down, you lose your giant Mario. You can then use a power-up that's stocked up to bring you back. You know, so which one? All right, fire plant. Cool. Chillzilla, what's up? Can't wait for Algo 4. Heck yeah, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm happy to hear that Algo 3 was a success. It makes me very happy to hear that. So what do you say? I'll leave it to you here in the chat for those of you watching. Again, I did 3 little stages of Mario 3. Should I keep going? Should I move on to Mario 2, Mario 1? The original Mario Brothers, which most people don't talk about these days, but it is still the first official Mario game. Already can't wait for Algo 4. Nice, nice. Well, I didn't show it here. Maybe I'll show it at the end of the stream, but there was a tease for those of you who were already there. I did tease Algo 4. So every Algo has had a theme. Algo 1 was NES. Algo 2 was Sega Master System. Algo 3 was PlayStation 1. Algo 4 is gonna be something else too. So, Mario 2, such a quirky one. Yeah, there's a whole big story behind that one as well. Rick Wang, hey, how's it going? The original Mario? Not Super Mario Brothers, but with the tubes and tunnels and stuff. Mario Brothers. How about this? I'll do one more stage, and then I'll move on to Okay, you got your scrolling stages, which are always fun. Now, this was the first Mario game to introduce scrolling. Now, the Tanuki suit will save you hardcore because you have the chance to hover, which is something you don't have with the your normal size. So you can kind of bypass this whole, you know, waiting for the platforms, because you could really just hover safely without having to worry about any of that. So again, that could be tricky, but again, with the Tanuki suit, you are good, and you just warp right to the end. Alright, so yeah, that's Mario Brothers 3. Fun fact, this game was originally debuted in the awesomely bad movie, The Wizard, starring Fred Savage and Beau Bridges, and Christian Slater. So that was a game that was all about video games, a movie that was about video games. Play the card matching game. Alright. Now, there's a little bit of input lag here, so on my end. So this is going to be even trickier. So basically, let's say I want to go for the star, right? Whoops. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Ugh. Alright. I messed it up. Now the input lag on my end is affecting that too. So there's a trick to, there's a delay that when you hit it to where it lines up, but I have like a millisecond or two of input lag with this because I'm playing this actually on my computer screen because I'm using my capture card to get the NES Classic, but then it's feeding it to my computer. So there's like 1 or 2 seconds of input lag, which you would think it's not a big deal, but in little things like that where timing is crucial, yes, it does make a difference. Linda, what's up? Happy Friday to you. How are you, Linda? But yeah, let me switch over to the original Mario Brothers. Alright, so I want to go to... Now, don't mind this whole little layout here. This is a bit different than your standard NES Classic. Well, you know, we're not going to talk about that. But the original Mario Brothers should be... going up here. Here it is. So this is the original Mario Brothers. Not Super Mario Brothers, but Mario Brothers. 1983. So this is usually... I think... I mean, it did come out on NES, of course. But I think most people maybe were aware of it from the Game Boy Advance ports of Mario 1, 2, and 3, which would call Super Mario Advance. And this was added or included as a bonus game in those compilations. So I think that's how most people maybe became aware of this game. Because at this point in 1983, Mario was still not Nintendo's mascot, you know. He wasn't the character that changed the world. It wasn't until Super Mario Bros. 1 came around in 1985 that changed everything. So he was still a character in the making at this point. So it's a fairly simple game, but it's hard in execution. So basically you have these tunnels where enemies come out, and you have to hit them. You don't jump on them, you jump underneath. Now the thing that makes this tricky is Mario moves like he's on ice. So basically you kick them, flip them around, and then you gotta smack them. Now when they move, they get faster. And see, Mario, it's tough because Mario moves like he's on ice. So I'm gonna wait for him to flip over. Oh, wait. Oh, fireballs. All right. So as you can see, you can kind of move from... like, if you move to the right, you'll warp over to the left. So walls don't mean anything in this game. So yeah, the refinement of the original, like, Mario Brothers is still not here. Alright, so I'm gonna wait for him to do that. Do that. And then... Yep. Nope. Right, he's gonna get faster. So I'm gonna wait for him. 1, 2, so I can get 2 in one go. 1, 2. He's gonna get faster. Get him. There you go. So again, it starts off simple enough, but it's hard because you're moving like you're on ice the entire time. So what you want to do, hopefully, you can get this all in... Oh, I messed up. You're supposed to get all the coins, but yeah. Not gonna happen. E.C. Myers, what's up, buddy? Happy Friday to you. Welcome to the NPL Video Game Club. So, E.C. Myers with the knowledge drop here. There's a European update to this version of Mario Brothers that makes it play a little more like the arcade game, with better controls. Really? So it's not like you're jumping on ice the entire time? That would be interesting. Alright, so these guys you gotta hit twice. Yeah, see, you need momentum with your jumps, or else you're only, like, you'll jump in place. 1. Oh, nope. Alright, got him. You want to get your coins when you can. I got a free life. Alright, so he's gonna get him. Alright, so he's gonna... 1... Nope. He would get me. So he's gonna come out of this... Ooh, wow, I jumped through, somehow. There we go. Alright. So yeah, the crabs you have to hit twice. Now, when I was playing this a lot with the Game Boy Advance version... Oh, whoops, I messed up. Alright, so now this is going to get annoying. See, when enemies pile up, it gets very annoying. And sometimes it can become hard to micromanage this stuff. Alright, 1. 1. But you're literally walking around like you're on ice. It's tough. 1, 2. Oh, oh. See, the fireball wants to get me. I got him. He's gonna come out of... Oh boy. That was close. Alright, should be, this is when you start getting the butterflies, right? Yep. So yeah, the thing is, you're on ice the whole time, and this you have to wait until they're on the bottom. It's the only way you can get them, so he's gonna loop over this way. I want to wait for him to get. Now I'm gonna wait for this guy to jump down. Get them both in one go. Oh, and of course he respawned. Of course. Now there is a POW button. If I do that, it'll flip all the enemies instantly. Which honestly would help, but... Alright, so now he's jumping a little quicker. See that the momentum that you need when you jump is annoying. It can be quite the chore. Alright, so I want to beat him to the punch. Get him. Boom. So it's a simple game in theory, but it just gets very tedious. Mostly because the controls are so rudimentary. All right, so I'm going to take a shortcut. I'm going to warp over. Oh. Oh, and he flipped because of the bird. All right. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use my POW. He's going to come out there. Where he goes. 1, 2. Now see, he's deciding to flip around. Alright, so if I time this right... Oh, nope. Alright, I've got 7 lives, but still. So again, this is a simple game, but it... Oh boy, alright, hold on. Oh, whoops. And now fireball here. There we go. So yeah, that's Mario Brothers. I mean, that's pretty... It just keeps going. And it just gets harder. And I already messed up. I wasted too much time. So you literally have to master this. Yeah, see? You're running even on more ice now. But yeah, that's the that's the original Mario Brothers. It just keeps going. There's no end to this game, really. At least to my knowledge. You just keep going until you get, like, a high score. And it just gets progressively harder. You get more enemies tossed at you. More fireballs spawn. This is the way games were back then. There was no campaign. Because again, this was an arcade game. The idea was to take your money, your quarters. So you would just keep going until you get a high score. And you die. You get game over. You pop in some more quarters and try to beat your score. That's really all there is to it. I remember when I used to play this on the Game Boy Advance, I got to like phase, I think, 30. And up to that point, it's just ridiculously crazy. But yeah, it's really just a variation of the same types of stages. We just get more enemies. They're faster. They come in more groups, and the fireballs just keep spawning, and they just annoy you. So yeah, that is Mario Brothers. I mean, I've got 9 lives, I guess. So, I mean, I've been doing okay. Or actually, no, it's phase 9. I'm sorry, I'm on my last life. So you know what? Let me just go and see how far I get until I get game over. Alright, so then here... whoops, see, I missed it. I'm gonna wait. Get them at the same time. 1, 2. And get him. These ice guys. Oh yeah, I forgot about the ice guys. They are a pain. See, now he's... I want to stop him. Alright, got him. There you go. That's the stage. So the ice guys, you know, if they stop, they will freeze a certain platform, making it incredibly frustrating to move around. I'm curious about this European update, EC Myers. I'm curious to see what they do, or what it does. So then the ice, you wanna disable him, because he will just make everything miserable. Oh boy. Alright. And see, it's just more enemies. Alright, he froze that one. That's annoying. See, you moving in that platform is near impossible. I think you can nullify the fireballs too, actually. Yep, you can. But yeah, like moving around in the frozen platforms. Oh boy. He's gonna flip around. Yep. And now both of these platforms... Oh boy. Now see, this is what is gonna make this game incredibly frustrating. He's gonna come out... Nope, see? Ugh. He's the last one, too. Oh, I warped. I didn't even see it. Alright, that's my fault. 65,750, that's my high score for Mario. Some of the changes include Mario and Luigi can now change direction in midair. Oh, my god. That would be a game changer, absolutely. Wow, alright. Well... Mario's color scheme is the same as his Donkey Kong palette. Ah, okay. Yeah, it's a little bit darker. You're right. This is a little bit brighter. Yeah, because I remember the Donkey Kong palette is like a darker red. The graphics and music were improved somewhat compared to the earlier ports. Okay. Yeah, it's so I would say like the jumping physics in this game are very similar to Ice Climber. Because Ice Climber has a weird arc when you jump and you can't move mid-direction. That was a thing with a lot of games back then, like Castlevania. You can't move. If you jump, you have to commit to it. It's really amazing to think that that wasn't a thing back then. But yeah, you know, games were still in their infancy, so like a lot of things were not refined up to that point. So what do you say, Mario Brothers 2 or the original Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers, or should I do Donkey Kong? Or is there another NES game that you'd like me to try? I just figured I'd do Mario because I've never done any Mario games on the stream up to this point. So I figured I'd try to milk it for what it's worth. It also restores the missing stage intermissions, and there may be an extra stage too. Ah, okay. Intriguing. Well, you know what? 8-Bit Glitch said Mario 2, so let me do like a stage or two of that. Mario 2. Alright, so I'm gonna go and go to S and Super. Alright, so I'm sure E.C. Myers or anyone else could tell you there is a story, a big story behind this game. Now, in 1988, when this came out in the US, a lot of people were like, wow, this looks totally different than the original Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers. There's a very specific reason why. So, in Japan, they received Super Mario Brothers 2. Now, Super Mario Brothers 2 in Japan looks exactly like Super Mario Bros. 1, with the exception that most of the game takes place at night. And the stages are incredibly difficult. It is a far, far more difficult version than Super Mario Bros. 1. Think of it as World 8, World 7 and World 8 throughout the entire game, types of difficulty. So, when the game was pitched to come out in America, Nintendo bigwigs basically said, you guys aren't ready for that. It's too hard. So what happened is they took an existing Japanese game called Doki Doki Panic and just repurposed the sprites and changed it to Mario. So this was a game, I think the Doki Doki Panic is kind of like an Aladdin, Arabian Nights type theme game where it all takes place in a dream. And each character has different, you know, properties. Like the Luigi character that was replaced could jump could hover, flutter, jump. You know, things like that. Other characters could run levels. So it wasn't until Super Nintendo arrived and there was Super Mario All-Stars when Nintendo officially released the Super Mario Bros. 2 in Japan, in America, and they called it the Lost Levels. They weren't lost, they just never came out here. But yeah, it is quite... Well, actually, yeah, that was the first time it was released. But the thing is, Super Mario All-Stars they rechanged all the graphics. to make it look like SNES, like to match this color palette for the Super Nintendo. Now, the only, to my knowledge, the first time it was released with the NES-style graphics was on Game Boy Color. There was a port of Super Mario Bros. 1 called Super Mario Bros. Deluxe. A fantastic port, all things considered. And that was an unlockable in that compilation, or that port, I should say, where you could unlock Super Mario Bros. 2 with the NES-style graphics. There's a brand new ROM hack of Super Mario Bros. 3 that adds Toad and Princess and all their abilities to the game, as well as lots of other cool features. How about that? Lost Levels is like the game just kept going and got hard. Yeah. For those of you who never played Super Mario Bros. 2 Japanese one, like, to show you how evil it is, there was a mushroom that would automatically kill you if you touched it. You wouldn't know unless you're playing the game for the first time, you see this darker colored mushroom. If you're small Mario, it would kill you. If you were powered up, it would shrink you back down to normal size. It was called a poison mushroom. Yeah, and it had these, like, trampoline sections where you had to jump over these giant pits, and it was tough. It was pretty wild. So yeah, here you can choose your character. You can choose Mario, Luigi, Toad, or Princess Peach, which even at this time, I think she was still called Princess Toadstool, to be honest. I'm gonna pick Mario. And you just drop out of the sky. So yeah, you could see, oh look, you could do a charge jump. So in this Mario, you don't actually jump on characters. You pick them up. Jumping on them does nothing. So yeah, you notice like this game has a whole like desert theme. Again, that's because it was never a Mario game to begin with. So yeah, simply jumping on enemies does not kill them. You have to throw stuff. So again, why is that? Because this was never a Mario game. But again, us as kids, we never knew this. We just took it at face value. Ah, but what's this potion? This brings you to a level called Subspace. Subspace is like a mini reality dimension. Oh boy. Oh, and you have health. You have a life bar. Yes. Believe it or not. And look at that, you can stack enemies getting hurt. So yeah, you don't just get one hit and you're done. Throw a POW. All the enemies get hurt. So yeah, this, again, if you look at it like, this is not Mario. Well, because it never was. Quite simple. Alright. But as kids, we never questioned it. We never wondered. We never asked why. Alright, I'm invincible now. Get him. Freeze time. So it's just like lots of like, it's very non-Mario. Alright, you gotta charge your jump to make this. Again, lots of abilities you would never know. Alright, I didn't get him with the bomb. That's my fault. I want to throw him down there. I want to time my bomb. Alright, so I want to refresh the screen. So that'll bring the bombs back. This is really just a matter of timing. Oh, boy. And I grabbed Divine. That's not what I wanted. So yeah, the jumping is a little wonky. Alright, so I want to wait until this flashes. Boom, alright. Wait a little bit more. Oh, alright. Hit myself. There is a goodie though if you get that bomb right. Alright, let me make sure I don't hold up. Alright. Throw him. Alright, if I can get the other. There we go. This is a warp. Oh boy. Our favorite pal, Beardo. So what do you do with Beardo? Well, you have to catch her eggs. And she's not giving me a lot of space here, so I want to make sure... There we go. Pick up her eggs, throw them back at her. 3 times, I believe, is the magic. Pick this up. And warp. There it is. I got no bonus. Oh, this stage with the carpet guy. Get rid of him, and then you can use the carpet. So you gotta watch out for these guys. Notice how these walls look very Atari-like? Something that always fascinated me. Like, the textures are very Atari-like. Alright, subspace, so you want to always go for the goods. There you go. Alright, so this is where things get spooky. These guys are gonna follow you as long as you grab that key. They're gonna keep stalking you, these faces. Which is so annoying. I forget what they're called. The faces. I grab him. Yeah, sometimes it's always... Get rid of him. Get rid of that guy. Whoops. Ugh, come on. But eventually there is a way to get past him. Drop down. Oops, subspace. Ugh, but I just missed it. I can't get it. Oh well. Alright, he shoots 1, 2, 1. See, he's random with how much he throws. Oh, you're kidding. Oh, I'm stuck. Well, this is fine. So I gotta leave and then come back. Now I've only got 1 hit. So I gotta make these drops count. Okay, I can actually get it now. And I got big, so that's cool. Alright. These guys, again, jumping on enemies does nothing in this game. So you have to, like, re-teach yourself. Everything that you learned in the first Mario does not apply here. Which is really weird to think about. I gotta go subatomic, yeah. Okay, here's Birdo again. So sometimes the timing on this is a little weird. 1. Now this character, Birdo, I think was in the original Doki Doki. Oh wow, that did not do anything. Appeared as a boss in the original Doki Doki Panic game. So I don't think Birdo is a. Oh my god, why is it not moving? Is not an actual Mario character, at least not originally. Birdo has now become a Mario character, but Birdo was not that before. There we go. 3 times. Open up the door. Yeah, I think Birdo was in Doki Doki Panic. I don't think Birdo was originally added as a Mario character. I think Birdo is a character that was transferred over, but then became a Mario character. 1... Ah, Birdo. 1, 2. Oh nope. Nope. But yeah, that's Mario 2. Again, it's a different beast. It's a bit different. Is there anything else you'd like me to play on NES, or else I can move to the SNES? I figured I'd do a few stages of each. One of the very few Mario games I never beat finished. Mario 2? Really, Jet Set 10? It's a pretty long game. Backwards warp zones. Yeah, the OG Mario. Yeah, Mario 2 had that as well. It was a very evil game. It is a very evil game. Well, you know what? I'd be remiss of it and not play the original Mario. So, why not? Give that a quick little run through, right? So again, this is the one that, you know, changed everything. I think everyone has played a version of this at some point. It's as simple as it gets, you know. The theme song that everyone knows. And then you could warp here. Again, there's a lot of secrets in the original Mario games. In the first stage, not so much, just that. And that'll skip you over towards the end of the stage. Now, the biggest secret is you want to... Ah, I missed it. If you get 6, 3, or 1, you get fireworks on the end, and that multiplies your score. And, you know what, hold on, let me refresh the chat here. It seems the chat is backed up. This seems to be the, a thing with, I don't know if it's Streamlabs or what, but let me just send a test message and see if it shows. Yeah, it's just backed up, I guess. It can't be helped. I don't know why. It starts off fine, and then it just needs to catch up. So please, sorry about the continued issues with the chat up top. I don't know if it's a Streamlabs issue or what, but don't know. I would love for it not to be an issue, but it just seems to always be a thing, or it's just super backed up. Like, of course, you'll see it on the bottom, but on the top of the chat, it just doesn't show. So, sorry about that. All right, so World 1, 2 is the one with the big secret. You know, so you could either play this stage normally, or you could skip a vast majority of it. Oh yeah, we'll move on to the SNES. Don't you worry, Linda. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now that is affected by how fast you open those. There it is. The chat is deciding to catch up now. Alright, so we go up, and you can run through the whole stage, skip it all. This is widely considered to be one of the first kind of like secrets of the game. You could run past the boundary, and you can warp. You can warp to World 2, 3, or 4. Go up to 4. I think this is the one with Locky 2, I think. Yep. Now, he is very annoying. Now, the best way to deal with him... Now, see, the game can only render a certain amount of spinies. I think it's only 3. There you go. So you get rid of him for a little while, but he will momentarily reappear. Now, I don't remember if this stage has warps or there you go. I don't remember if this particular world has vines that bring you up to a hidden stage. That I don't remember. Nope. Nothing there. There you go. There's one. So what you want to do here is you want to run and slide. Now this one, you know what? I messed up. I should have, I could have skipped it with the other platform if I didn't break it. Alright, jumps. So Locky 2 will follow you to the ends of the earth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, here we go. Fireworks. And the fireworks multiply your score. There you go. Alright, well I guess that's enough for Mario 1. Actually, is this a water stage? I don't recall. Nope, underground. But yeah, it's 5:22, so you might as well get the SNES going, right? So, it's gonna, I just have to unhook it and hook up the SNES controllers and all that. So I'm just gonna leave a BRB sign while I hook that, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put up another poll. What SNES game should I play? And I will leave it to you, the viewers, to let me know what I should start off with. So let's say, I don't know, let's say Super Mario World, right? Mario Kart, Yoshi's Island, and I don't know, Donkey Kong Country, maybe? If you have other suggestions, just let me know. But I will leave that in the chat, and I will step away for a quick moment while I hook up the SNES Classic. So I will be right back, and let me know what you think about the poll. Thank you. Alright, so I am back. Let me go ahead and switch this over back to this. Turn on the SNES Classic and see if it shows up. Just booted it up, and I shall see if it shows up. Okay. You know what? I need to refresh it because it's out of sync again. So let me see here. How did I do that before? So I'm just gonna switch and then switch back. That should fix it. Yep. All right. Yeah, just a weird little quirk with the thing. So yeah, according to the poll, I guess Mario World is winning out. So 75% with Mario World, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Alright, so this was a game changer for a lot of people. The first 16-bit iteration of Mario, and the first official introduction of Yoshi. Though I don't know, was this the official introduction of Yoshi, or was he in the Yoshi game on NES? I don't recall which one came first. Hey, Linnea, what's up? Happy Friday! Happy Friday to you and Logan and everyone there. I missed you at my event last weekend, but I hope you had a good weekend, buddy. Yeah, playing some Mario games for the very first time. Never done it before. So this is brand new. For me, at least on this stream. So yeah, everyone has a lot of memories with Mario World. Again, for its time was a whole thing. You know what? We're gonna do a empty slot. Just start fresh. Welcome, this is Dinosaur Land. In this strange land, we find that Princess Toadstool is missing again. Oh no, just like any other day. Looks like Bowser is at it again. Oh boy. Alright, so like Mario 3, you have an overworld, a map of where you can go. You can either go left, or you can go right. Or you can go to Yoshi's house. Hello, sorry I'm not home, but I have gone to rescue my friends who were captured by Bowser, Yoshi. Alright, so, you know, much like the original Mario, you have you're standing, you're running, you're jumping, but you also have a spin attack. This is the first time in a Mario game that you've had that. So, you know, I'm going to start with Yoshi's Island 1, right? Might as well go in order. So here you've got Yoshi coins, you've got bullet bills, got this guy. And just like in the old Mario, you can, you know, power yourself up. Now you could do the spin. And that'll instantly KO them. You just gotta time it right. You know, it's a little tricky. And you notice, so, you know, with Mario 2, there was no time limit, because it was not actually a Mario game. It was taken from another game. Now, with Mario 3 and Mario World, you're back to the traditional time limit with Mario. I don't remember if you can spin him. I don't remember all the little tricks here. Alright, so you can warp over. Try to grab all the coins. Now you could wait. I think there was a point bonus if you did that. I don't recall. I don't recall what the Yoshi coin is for, to be honest. I don't remember. Point of advice, you can hold an extra item in the box at the top of the screen. To use it, press the select button. So let's say I get hit by an enemy and I shrink back down to normal, small Mario. I could press select and that'll drop down that power up. I pick it up and then I can be Big Mario again. Duck down. Now I could jump on the bullet bill if I wanted to. Point of advice. To pick up a shell, use the X or Y button. To throw a shell upwards, look up and let go of the button. Whoops. Alright. Oh, I missed it. Alright, that was my fault. Alright, got my flower power now. Again, I could jump on the bullet bill. I forget the name of the football guy. What's his name? Now, I want to try to get this as high as I can. Now, technically, I could have jumped on top of the football guy to get higher. But it is what it is. And then Mario always gives the peace sign at the end of a stage. Alright, so that's Yoshi's Island 1. Now, I could go up this way. And then you could just check out what's going on here. And again, I don't recall everything, so I hit the switch, and then I get all the coins. That's basically what the idea here. You want to try to get as many coins as you can. Chuck is football. Okay, cool. I remember with him, if you hit him, he doesn't die. I think you have to do the spin attack to get him. Switch Palace. The power of the switch you have pushed will turn yellow squares into blank. Your progress will also be saved. So like in the previous Yoshi's Island Stage 1, there were 2 blocks, or 4, that were invisible. Now if I go back to that stage, I could revisit and see what those blocks bring me. Alright, so now I can move on to Yoshi's Island 2. And this is the first stage with Yoshi. Alright, so what you want to do, get all these guys. And there's Yoshi. Hooray! Thank you for rescuing me. My name is Yoshi. On my way to rescue my friends, Bowser trapped me in that egg. Alright, so now with Yoshi, you get to eat enemies. To do a spin jump, press the A button. A Super Mario spin jump can break some of the blocks and defeat some of the tougher enemies. Alright, so now Yoshi, he loves to eat apples. Now, you want to know something really weird? I never noticed this as a kid, and maybe you didn't either. When Yoshi sticks out his tongue, look at Mario's hand. He's actually punching Yoshi on the back of the head to make him spit his tongue out. That is very cruel and very weird. Like, I don't understand. Like, I never picked up on that as a kid. Alright, so now with these turtles, you can, you know, some turtles have different effects. So this guy, I don't think you can eat. Oh, nope, 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 nope. Alright, well. This gate marks the middle of the area. By cutting the tape here, you can continue from close to this point. So that's a checkpoint. And that'll normally destroy all enemies in the vicinity. There's another Yoshi, but since I already have Yoshi, it's alright. Aha. But I don't think you can climb with Yoshi, so I need to do this alone. Now, there may be something else down there. I don't recall. Honestly, don't remember. That's alright. Yoshi just eats them like it's nothing. And Yoshi just ate him too. Yoshi he doesn't discriminate. He just eats. You know, like, whatever. He doesn't care. Yeah, I think, yeah, I gotta... Yeah, that's what it is. Gotta do spin jump on these. I forgot the trick. So Yoshi is a boost. He can give you a boost. There we go. There may be some other secret that I'm not aware of. Again, Super Mario World is not my forte. I'll tell you that. There's another stage. Again, Mario games, for the most part, stages are pretty short. They're usually not very long. At least traditional Mario. Yoshi's Island 3. Alright. What's going on with this stage? The big coins are dragon coins. If you pick up 5 of these in one area, you get an extra Mario, an extra life. Right. Alright, so now you gotta watch out for these platforms. As long as you're standing in the middle, you're fine. Now, if I was bold, I could skip and do the spin dash to get all those platforms. But I'm not crazy today, so I'm good. One up. Don't have to deal with him. Now again, as long as I keep the Koopa in my mouth, there we go. So again, you know, you get to go. Oh, see, but there's a warp pipe. So of course you want to take that. There you go. Another dragon coin, so that'll skip me to a certain part of the stage, which I don't know if it's right after, I don't remember. Normally that destroys all the enemies. When you stomp on an enemy, you can jump high. If you hold the jump button, use up on the control pad to jump higher in the shallow water. Oh boy. Alright. No siree. Fire. Alright, I thought I almost ended it there. So luckily I did not. And just take your time. Oh, and I slipped off. like a silly. That is my fault. But luckily there was a checkpoint, right? But luckily I have a thing here. Well, eventually you're gonna lose Yoshi. That's just an inevitability with these games. That's my fault for not knowing the patterns for these things. Now, alright, go there. Run. Always a good idea to hold on to the run button, just to clear yourself some more space to jump. And that is another stage. Again, each stage you do opens up another area. Now this is where the fish will come and get you. Back on land. I think you gotta hit the face, right? No? Forget his deal. You know what? I think Yoshi's the only one that can eat him. If you are in an area that you've already cleared, you can return to the map screen by pressing start, then select. Yeah, I don't think Mario can hurt this guy. But unless you do the spin. Well, let's try. Nope. Yoshi's the only one. Good to know. Ooh. Got lucky there. Nope. You get bonus stars if you cut the tape at the end of each area. If you collect 100 bonus stars, you can play a fun bonus game. Yeah, so basically you gotta time it right. So yeah, what are your memories playing Super Mario World? Or any of these Mario games? Iggy's Castle. Alright, every world has a castle. Now there's an easy way to beat these guys, but really it boils down to jumping on them 3 times. Press up on the control pad while jumping, and you can cling to the fence. To go in the door at the end of the area, use up also. Alright. But you can punch. So like, for example, you could punch characters who are on opposite sides of the wall. Knock him out. Knock him out. Knock him out. Always a good idea to knock people out. Watch out for the fireball. knock him out. One, two, three. Just go to town. Now he's gonna flip over, yep. Get him. One of Yoshi's friends is trapped in the castle by Iggy Koopa. To defeat him, push him into the lava pool. Oh boy. I forgot. Now you want to duck, I think. That could come in handy. Oof. Alright, I took a risk there. Whoops. There you go. Just gotta keep knocking him till he falls in. There's Iggy Koopa. Goodbye. So that's one of Yoshi's friends. Blow up the castle, because that's what Mario does. He's an evil guy. Mario has defeated the demented Iggy Koopa in Castle 1 and rescued Yoshi's friend, who is still trapped in an egg. Together, they now travel to Donut. And that opens up World 2. Yeah, that is Super Mario World. You know. Let me switch over to... I know Linnea had asked for Mario Kart. So... why not? Right? Do a little Mario Kart for old time's sake. Now, this is another game. You know, I was deep in Sega fandom. I had a Genesis, so I did not really play this outside of a couple friends' houses who had a Super Nintendo at the time. But that's about it. But I'll give it a try. I'm not going to be very good at it, I'll tell you that. Just as long as you're aware. Going slow. Alright, so here you can choose between Mario, Princess Peach, Bowser, Toadstool, Luigi, Yoshi, Donkey Kong, and Toad. Yeah, it is weird because it uses that F-Zero like sprite scaling, and unless you know what you're doing, like getting the momentum, it's pretty weird. I'm gonna pick Yoshi, because Yoshi's the best, right? Now, I don't remember the buttons, so I'm gonna figure it out as I go along. I'm assuming B is probably accelerate. And I'm assuming the triggers are brakes, but I don't remember. Gonna find out. Oh boy. Alright. I drift. Alright. Oh, come on, Donkey Kong, don't get in the way. Come on. I know the hop is your power drift. I don't want to hit the banana I dropped. Okay, good. Alright, so I have a shell. And I missed. Ugh. I don't know how many laps there are. Apparently I'm in first, which is amazing. Oh wait, hold on. Second. I spoke too soon. Final lap. Alright, first. I'll take it. But yeah, the steering is weird. The drifting, you have to like do it very suddenly. So I don't have the hang of that. I think they took it easy on me. Now again, Mario is known for rubber banding, so you could be doing amazing and they will always be, you know, like right behind you. I think I did alright. Next race is not going to do as well, anywhere near as good. I guarantee it. It's kind of like hard to grasp like the scale of the graphics because it does that sprite scaling that F-Zero does. It's a little disorienting. Again, these tracks are fairly simple. I think this is a boost to the red mushroom. I'm gonna try to do it on a straightaway with that bridge. That'll be the best place to do it. Yep, it's a boost. Oh boy, whoops. Now, I'm sure there are shortcuts you could use by drifting, you know, but I'm not good enough to do that. Alright, they're right behind me. Nope. There it is. They're right behind me. Come on. It's hard to, like, use a speed boost because there's no real straightaways outside of that area with the bridge. Alright, final lap. There we go. Again, this is 50cc, so the speed is not really there. They're not really going to get the speed here. First place again. Drifting was invented in Japan. I'm sure it was. I honestly would not be surprised. So yes, 50cc is very slow for Mario Kart aficionados, of which I am not one. But I think that's pretty good. 2 races. It's already 5:55, and I still need to do the TurboGrafx 16. So how about we switch over to the TurboGrafx, and we'll do another 20 minutes or so with that. But yeah, little bit of Mario, a lot of Mario going on today. But gonna switch it over to the TurboGrafx and see how that goes. GG, thank you, Linda. Oh man, all right. You know what? Let me do this. If I fall off a pit, why not? You know. That way y'all can laugh at me. Oh, okay. I got saved by the barrier. Wonder if I hit anyone. There is a shortcut I see you can take. I have no idea how you do it, though. It's probably on the higher CC to be able to to get that jump clearance to be able to do it. Oh, Toad, you made me bump into it. What is that small, mushroom? I don't know what it does. Final lap. They are taking it easy on me. First place again. All right. I might as well quit while I'm ahead because it's not going to stay that way. I guarantee it. Okay, but yeah, that is Mario Kart. So yeah, I'm gonna switch over to the Turbo Graphics. So I need to grab that controller. So shut that down, and I will be back again in a minute or so. I just need to hook up the TurboGrafx, so I'm just going to switch to the BRB screen, and I will be right back. Thank you for sticking around. I appreciate it. Alright, I am back. Thank you for your patience, for anyone for sticking around. Let me switch back to this screen. And, you know what, let me try switching this for now. And see if that syncs it from the get-go. Turn on the TurboGrafx and see what happens. Fantastic music. I would say it's the best menu music of any mini console. It's so 90s. Absolutely my favorite jingle of all the mini consoles I've played. They're all good, but this is 1991 goodness. So this mini console is actually pretty hard to find. This originally came out, I think Amazon only was the only people who had it for sale. And it was $100. And shortly after it came out, it sold out, and I don't think they restocked. So yeah, with the TurboGrafx, you have quite a few games. Again, this is a console that not many people had. I didn't know anybody who had a TurboGrafx. So it was really cool to see, especially for me to own this mini, because I never owned a TurboGrafx growing up. I didn't know anybody who had it. The only time I would see a TurboGrafx would be if you walked into the game store, Babbage's or Electronics Boutique or Funkoland. You would see it in the catalog, and maybe you'd be lucky enough to see a CD or jewel case in the store. But yeah, it was tough. So yeah, you have Air Zonk, Alien Crush, Blazing Lasers, which is a fantastic shmup, Bomberman 93, Bonk's Revenge, Kadash, Chu Man Fu, Dungeon Explorer, JJ and Jeff, Lords of Thunder, Military Madness, Moto Rotor, Utopia, Utopia 2, New Adventure Island, Ninja Spirit, Parasol Stars, Power Golf, Psychosis, R-Type, Soldier Blade, Space Harrier, Splatterhouse, Victory Run, Ys, Book 1 and 2, and not only that, you can actually switch to the Japanese PC Engine, which then brings you a whole other slew of games, which most of them are Japanese, but from that you have, let me switch over, the Genji and Heike clans, the Kung Fu, which I think is a Fist of the North Star game, The Legend of Valkyrie, E, Book 1 and 2, Castlevania Rondo of Blood. It's the first time that you can actually play this officially through its original platform. Aldines, the mission code for Rage Crisis, Appare Gateball, Bomberman 94, Bomberman Panic Bomber, Shoaniki, which is a very, very crazy shmup, which I can't play on here because it is pretty wild. Daimakaimura, Dragon Spirit, Dungeon Explorer, Fantasy Zone, Galaga 88, Inga Fukeden Sitch Sapphire, Radius 2, Bofur no Yabo, Jaisken Necromancer, Nectaris, Utopia, Utopia 2, Ninja Gaiden or Ninja Ryukenden, PC Genjin, which is looks like that's Bonk on the cover, Salamander, which is also known as Life Force in the US, Sere Senshi Spriggan, I'm assuming is an RPG, I don't know. Snatcher, again, one of the games that people, it's a Hideo Kojima game. In the US it came out on Sega CD. Now it's here, but the problem is it's all in Japanese, so there's no way you could, unless you speak Japanese, you wouldn't be able to play it. Spriggan Mark II, Star Parodier, Super Darius, Super Momotaro Densetsu 2, Superstar Soldier. So yeah, and again, it has its own music, and then you could just switch back to the TurboGrafx. So how about we try some pinball? Alien Crush. And look, you get a little animation where you put in the cartridge. That's cool. You know, it's a lot of attention to detail with this mini console that, and again, not to knock Nintendo, but things that they didn't do with their mini consoles. Alright, so this is pinball. Kind of looks like the movie Alien, right? Now, it can be a little disorienting with the multiple screens. So yeah, because it doesn't flow between screens. It's not a seamless transition, so it's tricky to like get used to it. It's very disorienting. But yeah, this was a console that, you know, it was expensive when it came out, and you know, no one owned it. It was very hard to get a hold of it. Usually in mail order catalogs is how you would acquire this. Or you'd have to special order it. You couldn't just like go to Toys R Us and pick it up. It wasn't that easy. Alright, so that's one run. But I got a couple more balls to work with. So it would have been nice, I think, in a perfect world if you could scroll the screen instead of it doing the transition. Because again, when things are moving fast, it's tough to get that working. Oh, he's going to spit it out. Oh, mini game. I never got this far in, so that's interesting. These guys look like Slimer from Ghostbuster. Oh, you only get one chance. Wow. Okay. So now these obstacles move. But they're multipliers. And see how it's transitioning from screen to screen? That's very disorienting. But again, they decided not to do a panning camera. So it can be pretty I don't think there's really any way to keep track of it. It's going to throw you off no matter what. Yeah, you know, some may say these games aren't like the best. And that's possibly true, but you know, the novelty of having a TurboGrafx plug and play in my home, with all the attention and detail put into the menus and presentation, I think is fantastic. And again, I never owned a TurboGrafx, so you know, it's cool to me. I think it's a really cool novelty to have games that I never was able to play as a child. For anyone in the chat, did anyone have a TurboGrafx, or did you know anyone in your youth who was an owner of one? Oh, whoops! Oh, there's game over. That's okay. So I can go back to the main menu. So how about we try Blazing Lasers, which is a fantastic shmup. Now this was a really cool game because it runs at like 60 frames, and this was 1989, I believe. Which is unheard of for the time. Has a really, really solid frame rate, and it's a really good shooter to boot. So it's you know, and again, you could only get this, yeah, 1989, you could only get this on the TurboGrafx. It was not released on any other console. It wasn't released on Nintendo, Sega, or PlayStation, none of that. It was only on here. And the cool thing with TurboGrafx is, to show you, the button has built-in turbo slots right here. That you can automatically do turbo fire in games like this, which is a godsend. So it had built-in turbo. And I missed my power-up. There we go. Multi-fire. So again, each power-up is numbered, and it gives you a certain thing. So I have 2 right now, so I want to try to stack my 2. So again, if you like shmups, this would be right up your alley. It's not super crazy to the point where it's unbearable. It does get very hard later on, believe me. Alright, so these lasers do quite a bit of damage. Now see, these lasers follow enemies, which is pretty cool. Like a homing laser. But notice the game is not slowing down. Okay, I didn't want 4. That's my mistake. But again, you live and learn by learning which guns do better. 3 and 2, I think, are like the best ones. Again, I have a shield, so I can take some damage. Alright, boss time. And that's boss. Again, that was mid-boss, so you still have the rest of the stage to go. I want to try to switch over to power up 3. Now, one interesting quirk with this game is I'm noticing that as you move, the background moves, and also enemy fire turns along with your direction. Interesting. There we go. That's what I want. So you can hurt them, you know. Oh, whoops. That's not what I wanted. But you see, it's a very, very competent shmup. It's got a lot of stuff. It's cool, you know, it's just really cool effects. And notice the game is not slowing down. There is no slowdown. That's the craziest thing. Again, this is 1989. For there to be no slowdown is pretty unheard of. Especially with stuff like this, with debris and things like that. Pretty fantastic, all things considered. I didn't want 4. Now, when you do die, you do restart from a certain area. So... Now, if you get the right power up and keep it, you can pretty much be unstoppable. Now, if I can somehow get my hands on 3, I will be good to go. There we go. So 3 is a direct laser, and the laser does a ton of damage. Again, you stack your upgrades. It'll change the way it shoots. So again, the sound effects are pretty simplistic, but again, the game itself, oh man, whoops, is fantastic. I think it just, the fact that it runs so smoothly, and it's 1989, is pretty mind-blowing. And I don't want 4. Oh. Well. I didn't think I got hit. I got tunnel vision. So again, it can be pretty tough. Alright, so keep 3. I don't know why I lost my power-up. Something must have happened. Again, no slowdown. It's very impressive to see that. You'd be very, very hard-pressed to find a shmup with running so well. 3. That's what I want. Got about 16 bombs, so it's time for the boss, and time to, this big Gundam-looking guy. Just stack those bombs. There you go. That is stage 1 of Blazing Lasers. It's tough, but as long as you keep track of like what power-ups you have and stack them up, you can do some major damage. Let me return here, and how about some Bomberman? Another TurboGrafx classic. Must have. So this was, you know, again, Bomberman was just starting off. Now, Bomberman was on the NES, but this is where he started to, like, find his stride. You know, if you've played Bomberman on the Switch, Bomberman R, or Sega Saturn Bomberman, or anything, pretty much this is what started those styles. So I'll do like a stage or two. Again, these are very cutesy games, and they're cool. I think they're a really cool deal. Has anyone ever played Bomberman? And this is actually one of the best theme songs right here. Coming up for this first stage. Planet Quarry. Planet Quarry, old mines, meet Digger. Watch out for his fireballs after he warps. This is one of the best songs right here. This is such a good song. Alright, so basically the idea is I want to clear the stage, or I actually want to clear all the enemies, is what I want to do. But you pick up power-ups and such along the way. Now, this guy looks like Oscar the Grouch, you know. I'm pretty sure he only moves left or right. So what I want to do is I want to trap him. And there you go, get him. Now you pick up power-ups along the way, which increase your range of your bomb. Which is always nice. Let you clear things out. So basically you want to destroy the enemies as well as find the exit. So you just have to keep blowing stuff up. And get the enemies too while you're at it. Oh, and they touched me. That's lame. I don't know how I got hurt, but... Alright, got my firepower early on, so that's good. Alright, so now... See, now it's going to be a little tough, but... If I trap him... Oh. I thought I was going to trap him. Now I trapped him. There he goes. Isn't his theme song great, though? Like, it's such a uplifting and cheerful song. When I heard it, I was like, wow, this is really cool. I really dig this song. It's so much better than it has any business being. Alright, hopefully this blast gets one of them. There we go. That's one. And if I can trick him... Oh, nope. Alright, if I can trick him to going down. There we go. So I don't need to worry about him anymore. So now I just gotta blow up the bombs. Want to try to get multiple rocks at one time. Save you some time doing so. Like so. Now I'm pretty sure you only get one power-up per stage. But again, I need to get the exit. So the exit's going to be in one of these 3 rocks now. You know what? I should have blown it up. Alright. So there you go. That's one stage. And each stage has a power-up. So it could be your speed, it could be how many bombs you could throw, it could be the radius, which is what I have. I have an expanded radius. It's a very catchy song. It really is. Alright, so now I can drop more than one bomb. Right? Now I need to be careful because if I hit that blue thing, that's going to be the end for me. I don't want to hit that. So this guy is going to be tricky to trap. Because he seems to move on his own. Oh, thank you. Got him. I got him. Got him. It's a matter of just trapping these guys. Got him. 1, 2. So all the enemies are done, but now I want to, you know, get all the rocks. Actually, I don't even need to, because I got all the power. I got my power up already. There should really only be one power up per stage. So then I could move on to the next stage. I think there's 4 stages and then the boss, I think is how it works. And luckily with this, you know, you can create save states. And again, this game can get tough. So you're able to just save. And there's no shame with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Alright, so this guy, and of course he came back to life right when. That power-up would have given me speed. I think you lose your power-ups too when you die. Oh, nope, you don't. Alright, good. Alright, so that's the exit, so I don't want to put a bomb there. If I do, it'll spawn enemies. That's a big no-no. Don't want to do that. Alright, so I want to try to trap these guys. Get 2 in one go. Get him. Perfect. And then I want to try to 1, 2. Ooh, I almost touched him. Right, I need him to move. So I don't think I got the power up here, so... Again, I can deal with him later. It's gonna be annoying, but basically it's a matter of trapping him in a corner. Ugh, and he touched me. Come on. Ugh. Alright, we'll continue. I think I lose my power-ups now. So I think I'm doomed here. Nope. I still have my power-ups. Alright, thank you. Oh my god, the radius hit me. I was too focused on looking at them. This is what happens with Bomberman. It can mess with you. Sometimes you're too focused on what you're laying down that you don't see what's right in front of you. That is entirely my fault. Alright, I got my power up. Good. Got him. Alright. One, 2. One, 2. Alright, so now getting these guys is going to be the tricky part. Luckily, I got them in one spell swoop. I got him. So now with this guy... It's gonna be tricky. I'm gonna wait for him to wrap around one of these walls here. So what I want to do is I want to trap him. Ugh, and he keeps touching me. Come on, man. I dropped the bomb first. Ugh. So is the woe of Bomberman. See, in other Bomberman games, when you place a bomb, it is the square right in front of you. But here, it's where you lie. So that messes up your timing. Alright, so this guy, I want to get over here. Nope. Good. So again, this game takes patience. It is a little tricky. But it is fun. It is quite fun. Alright, so I got my speed up here. So I can move much better. So this guy, I want to wait. Oh. See, he moves erratically. Ugh. Alright, well, that's enough Bomberman, I guess. I'll do one more game. See, what else can I do? How about some Adventure Island? Master Higgins. Another staple of the TurboGrafx. Standard platforming fare. So the sprites are huge. Got my trusty skates. Want to avoid the obstacles. I think I'm invincible. Alright, not anymore. So again, a more simplistic time for games, right? But the really cool thing is that the sprites are large. Oh, whoops. Oh, my word, I missed that jump. Luckily, I've got the checkpoint. Or Master Higgins. Alright, so now I'm invincible. Gotta watch out for the timing on that. But it's very nice that the sprites are so colorful. Big. You know, it's a very cutesy thing. Alright. Can I make this jump? Yes, I can. Good job, Master Higgins. So again, you know, this is a bit of a different thing than NES. It's somewhere in between NES and SNES. Well, I would say more SNES, Genesis era. But the color palettes were definitely more vibrant back then. And just obstacles everywhere you look. As long as I got these arrows, I'm good. And as long as I don't go too fast, I won't get overwhelmed. Again, I don't really want the boomerang. I feel that the bow and arrow is a much better weapon. It's really experimentation and finding out what you like, what works better for you. Now, funny, you know, since I played Bomberman, Master Higgins is a character that appears in Bomberman games. You know, so he is a staple of that franchise. Because Bomberman is all about having guest characters, and Master Higgins is one of those characters that is he's one of the many guest characters in Bomberman. You know what? I prefer the arrows, so I'm going to stick with the arrows. I feel it's a much more powerful attack. So I'm going to stick with the arrows. Now, I think maybe the Adventure Island games, I think, are on the Switch. Maybe on the eShop. What happened? I ran out of time? Alright, something killed me. I didn't even see it. Okay. And, okay, I missed that jump, jeez. I don't know what killed me. It was some invisible force. One hit and you're dead. Yikes. Well, that's Adventure Island. But it's already 6:40, so I suppose I should go back to the main menu. But yeah, that is just a quick little look at the TurboGrafx Mini. I mean, there's a whole ton of games that you can play. Not even counting the Japanese side of games. But yeah, this was a little bit different than what I normally do. Normally it's PC games, and now I found a way to be able to play these mini console games. So yeah, thank you so much to everybody who popped in today. Let me give a shout out. Let me give a shout out to everyone in the chat. Let's see here. Epic Glitch 79, Action Man Gaming, Thespian Or 9, Jetson 10, Chillzilla, Rick Wang, Linda the Gamer Gal, EC Myers Vids, Linnea McHenry, thank you, and Logan, thank you for stopping by. Yeah, this is different stuff. So, you know, very maybe I can open this up, but you know, actually next week is stream number 100, the big 100. So I was thinking, but I would need to plan this in advance, and I would need to make sure that a good amount of people show up. I would like to do maybe something Jackbox or something interactive to have everyone partake in an interactive form. Do something together. So Jackbox is what I'm thinking, but I'll need to see if there's you know, at least 3 or 4 people who show up to make it that we can all participate at the same time. So stay tuned to the library socials for that. But nonetheless, yeah, let me thank you for stopping by. Yet another Friday here at the NPL Video Game Club. I appreciate it. And yeah, we are here every week, Fridays, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Norwalk Public Library YouTube channel. Thank you for making this your little temporary home on Fridays, or hangout spot. We really do appreciate it on behalf of the library administrators, my bosses, and myself. It's always nice to see some returning and new faces here as well. So thank you so much for stopping by. Have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy time with friends and family, loved ones. Be safe, be kind to one another, and hopefully I'll see you here next week, right here on the NPL Video Game Club. Take care, everybody.